Narcissists like to whisper evil, demonic, mean things, and sometimes it's sort of like a whisper. We've all heard of the word salad, right? Where they kind of text you a bunch of meaningless stuff to try to get a reaction, or they'll crazy make. They'll respond with these very strange, like off-topic things to try to. It's a form of gaslighting. They're trying to make you feel crazy, but sometimes narcissists are cowards, so or they maybe figured out that saying something under their breath is more effective sometimes. I remember with one narcissist, because I've met many. I think because she was trying to only allow me to hear it, but she kind of said something like, she told me to leave, but under her breath, which is a very cowardly thing to do. Why do narcissists like to whisper in our ears? I remember when the narcissist I dated, she would sometimes belittle me, but she would get really close, right? You know, when people get to up to your ear and they say something and they whisper it into your ear, but she would do say mean things, right? And usually people are trying to tell you a secret, or they're, it's maybe an affectionate game, but no, the narcissist had evil intentions. Or sometimes the way she would say things that weren't necessarily ear to ear whispers, but she would say bye to me like bye, like it's strange, like, who speaks like that? And I feel like it was some kind of method to try to implant uncertainty into our minds, or maybe, there's something wrong with them on this, like, a mental demon possessment type of level where they something's off about them. It's something that we've all realized from the start, and honestly, guys, I was there with you too as an empath, but high level people, not saying that they're better than us, but really self-aware people, really strong people who have healthy boundaries, they know that there's something wrong with the narcissist way before they even befriend a narcissist, let alone date them, move in with them. The narcissist gives themselves away, and one of the ways I noticed that like I kind of thought it was just a weird personality quirk. I now realize it's some kind of mental health problem at the very least. Like especially, it's kind of like a whisper. She would say it in like a very hushed tone, but it's like if you and I were having a conversation and you trying to bring up a serious topic, maybe we're dating, and I just kind of go, you know that thing people go where like, like they kind of just like they kind of mumble words, but it's like in a whispered tone. It's mocking. They're mocking you. That's very demonic. That's very disrespectful. Why why don't you speak like an adult? Why don't you have a rational conversation, a civil conversation, instead of trying to whisper and say your evil, malicious things in this hushed, secretive manner? Why can't we have a normal conversation? But that's not going to happen with a narcissist. I'm really interested if people can say in the comments if this has happened to them, but I don't think I've seen a video about narcissists whispering. Like they're not sweet nothings. They're evil somethings. They even speak to themselves sometimes with this hushed tone. And we all kind of do it sometimes more in private, but especially when they're more on the sociopathic side, you'll catch a narcissist laughing by themselves. I've caught one doing that. You'll catch them kind of talking to themselves, but in your presence, right? Like sometimes we all kind of like are at home alone and maybe washing the dishes, and we just have like a conference, something like something alone in private when we because it's weird. It's kind of weird, and that's one of the things about the narcissist is they're not socially correct. I mean, they're not correct in general, but they have these huge gaps in their awareness, just like we had those huge gaps in falling in for their silly game. They think they can get away with the most brazen stupidity. Only a broken person could do the things a narcissist could do or does and think they can get away with it. They are really goofy and silly when you like get past all the terrible things they can do to you. When you release the trauma, hopefully that's a healthy point. When you can laugh at the terrible things that happen to you in life, that's when you know you really healed. Narcissists don't do that. They're never laughing about that bad situation they got in with you or anyone else. they're plotting revenge. They're whispering to themselves like, "I'm gonna get that person. I'm gonna get that person. I don't want to whisper. You won't hear it, but they they are always plotting their revenge. They aren't good people, and if they ever do this to you, if it's safe, call them out on it. I wish I had. That's just one way I could have. We all could have prevented this whole horrific situation. Sometimes it's just by not accepting their whispers, their gaslighting, all their BS, and it's something it's a power I've gained in my new relationships. Whenever something weird is off about someone, I call them out on it. And if they refuse to address it, well, first of all, you did something that I deem is not acceptable and you don't even want to talk about it. That's already enough. That's going to prevent a lot of future heartbreak. Sure, sometimes that'll get rid of some good people, but getting rid of a few good people to ensure that you do not get into a toxic relationship is worth it. Don't let them whisper in your ear that you're nothing. They are the ones that, when people feel the need to do silly things like whisper evil things into your ear, that's someone who you're better than. And they're doing that because that's their way of dragging you down to their level.